Alright, what's going on guys? Percy TCG here, and today I'm bringing you a white control versus purple midrange. This is kind of my own little mid-range. I guess it'd lean more towards a defensive mid-range than it would towards an aggro mid-range. So my opponent's going to come down with a bullet ray, turn 1. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 cores to summon a Cavalier. Cavalier on place, draw 1. Place a burst, and I'm going to just pass it on over to him. So here he is, thinking, probably just going to swing in with the bullet ray. So he places a burst, swings in with the bullet ray. I just take it because I kind of want to keep the reduction on board, so core, draw, refresh. So honestly, I've been getting a lot more comfortable with purple since I've been playtesting a lot more with it and getting the build the way I want it. So we're going to go ahead and pay 4 cores for a Mordred to strip the bullet ray of 2 cores. So swinging with the Cavalier. So he takes 1, and he's gonna Feral Slash the... he didn't know that the Mordred was actually level 1. I thought it was level 2. So he sacks the Mordred instead there. So this match is pretty intense. This one's really grindy. He's gonna come down with the Snowflakin'. Place 4 cores on the Snowflakin' and just pass it on over. Core, draw, refresh. Gonna pay 3 cores for a... I think it's what's the name of that card? Something Swamp. I forgot the name of it. But we're just gonna place that and swing in with the Cavalier. Deadly Balance, just to sack him, because I know I'm gonna get a draw for my Nexus there. I honestly didn't want the Snowflakin' on board for... I didn't want him to get any value off the Snowflakin', basically. I knew I could get value off of sacking my own. So he's gonna just go straight into the Fanatec Elk. So core, draw, refresh. Back onto my turn now. Gonna pay... I think that was 3 cores for a Cavalier to draw 1 again. So here we're in a pretty decent spot. We have a Nexus on board, we have a Cavalier. The only problem is he has a Fanatec on board with the burst. It's never fun dealing with that stuff, but... So we're gonna come down with the Dragonaga, place 3 cores onto him. So we'll swing a Dragonaga and get a draw off of him. So he chooses to block the Dragonaga. So I let the Dragonaga just die here. And I get a draw off the Swamp. Then we'll swing with the Cavalier. And I swing with the Cavalier because I wanted to bait out the burst that he had. But so he'll take a life, and debating if he wants to activate the burst or not. So we will go ahead and activate the burst to sack my Cavalier, and I'll get another draw off of Swamp. So back in opponent's turn, core, draw, refresh. He has a lot of cores to work with, and I have an open board. I have a burst. I'm really not in the worst position possible. There he goes, throwing another burst down. Here he is counting out his cores, seeing what kind of stuff he can pull off here. Comes out with the Pegasion. Phase 2. So now he's getting his board state back up, getting in a better position. Gotta slap some cores on the Fanatec so that he can get the burn from me. Throw another one on the Pegasion. And he's just gonna pass it. So core, draw, refresh. Here I got so many cards in my hand at this point. I have a lot of plays I could make. Just deciding which one would be best for this specific situation. So this game gets really down to the wire towards the end. Gets pretty intense. Here I am thinking about what play I want to make next, because I really don't want to misplay here. I want to get as pretty much address the situation as I should. If you overextend against white control, could be a really bad day for you, so I don't want to do that. So I go ahead and throw down a Nexus, throw the Netherworld Depths down. Honestly, I didn't want to throw it down without baiting the Feral Slash, because I wanted him to burn the swamp, because I wanted to keep my Netherworld Depths, but I think he was saving it for the Netherworld Depths. So just taking a look at my hand here. I mean, I have a few things I could do. So I decided I'm gonna pay 3 cores or 2 cores. 2 cores for a Beldegor. And we're gonna just probably power him up, maybe throw another dude down. Gonna pay 1, throw it on an Imp. I honestly was really on the fence about Imp, right? Because he seems like he doesn't seem that good, but when he actually is played in the deck, he's actually really good. You get a lot of value out of him. So I just swing with the Beldegor. I don't care if this dies or not. I kind of just want to keep applying pressure. So he goes ahead and blocks, so I get a draw off the Netherworld Depths. And Beldegor's just going to die here, and I'll get another draw off of the Swamp. So that was a really good play by me, because regardless I was going to get... If he didn't block, then I don't draw, but he also loses a life, and puts him in a position he doesn't really want to be in. And if he does block, I get 2 draws off of it, so... Going back into his turn, core, draw, refresh. 4 cards in hand. A Fanatec Elk, a Pegasion on board. He's really trying to play the slow control game like white control does best. So at this point, I have enough cards in my hand to pretty much deal with kinda almost whatever he wants to throw at me, but at the same time, I don't know. So he's just gonna draw and pass. So core, draw, refresh. So I'm now down to 3 life because of the Fanatec Elk that burned me for 1. I have a lot of cores to work with here, so we'll pay 2, go with the Cavalier, get a draw off of him. Throw 6 cores onto him. Then then we'll pay the 3 for another Netherworld Depths. So now I feel like I'm big chilling, to be completely real with you. So I'm thinking, do I want to summon more spirits out, or do I just want to keep what I have on board? And I'm starting to get a little worried about the Fanatec Alch ability, because I am at 3 life, but at the same time I can afford to lose 1 more. After that, you're in a really bad danger zone. So I do end up summoning the Beldigor for 2. So I go ahead, swing in with the Cavalier. He's gonna go ahead and take it, then flip the Dream Bomb. Or that was an Ice Shield. I couldn't see it because of the glare, sorry. So he will Ice Shield me and just pass it on to himself. Place another burst. I think he's had a burst in his burst zone the entire game. So I'm really starting to feel comfortable with purple, like I said earlier. It really took me a while. I was losing a lot of confidence with the deck. I felt like I wasn't good enough to be playing it. But this past weekend, after playing it and adjusting, I think I'm at a good point with it, and I feel very comfortable and very confident with it. So he's just gonna pass again. Back to my turn. Core, draw, refresh. So we'll go pay 4 for the Nemesis. Place 3 cores onto him. I know I have to deal with this Fanatec Alch, so this is probably the only way I am able to. So I swing in with Nemesis. Nemesis effect targets himself. So he destroys himself. And then it's basically a deadly balance. He has to pick one of his units and destroy it. And I get a draw 2 off of his initial effect. So he can't pick the Pegasion because it's untargetable by purple effects. So he has to pick his Fanatec out. And I'll draw 1 off of my swamp as well. So I'll get a draw 3, sack 1 from him. So he's gonna flash Burning Force the Beldigor and the Imp. Which, I mean, it's fine. I got the Fanatec Alch off the board, which is what I was really concerned about. So I just swing in with the Cavalier. And he just goes ahead and takes that. So core, refresh. So now here he is spacing out his cores again, seeing what he's working with. Places the Bullet Ray for 1 cost. I'm gonna place another Fanatec Alch. Pay 5 cores for that. And now his burn effect is now online. So he's gonna pass it back to me. Like I said, he's playing the slow game. He's trying to play as much defense as he can. So here I'm thinking, I still got a lot of cards in my hand. That's the beautiful thing about purple, is like the way you gain card advantage is just it's insane. So we're gonna pay 4, pay 5 for King Curse. So remove 1 from everything. So now the Fanatec Elk's burn effect is offline. That's the whole reason why I did that, because I didn't want to burn another life. Because I have an ice shield in my burst zone, and if I were to let it burn it, I'd have to activate my ice shield and heal the life, because I have another one in hand. I don't want it just to be an ice shield flash effect, you know? So here comes the Mordred. So we swing and strip all but 1 from Fanatec. And he's going to go ahead and block with the Fanatec. And then I draw 2 from the Netherworld Depths. So no flashes are being used. And then Mordred, strip a core. I was confused on his effect because Fanatec Elk, it's so when Fanatec Elk blocks, he gets for the rest of the turn that he can't have his cores removed or be destroyed by destruction effects and things like that. I thought it was just during when he blocks. So I'm glad that Kane read that there. Here I am taking a second look at it. I was a little confused at first, but yeah, Fanatec Elk does keep that effect for the rest of the turn. So my only target is the Bullet Ray, so we'll just strip the Bullet Ray. So he's gonna go ahead and take it, activate his Absolute Ice Shield, pay 3. And I pass it back to him. So we're in a good spot. We're really not too worried. We have the Ice Shield there. We have 4 cores to activate the Ice Shield. We got 2 Netherworld Depths. We have a Rotting Swamp. There we go. Figured out the name, Rotting Swamp. So he's gonna place the cores back under Fanatec out to get that effect online. Place another burst, and he's gonna go with the Enterprise. So Enterprise, he's basically he blocks and refreshes himself. So he decides to pass turn, so core, draw, and refresh. So I see this as a perfect opportunity to go Baculus, strip everything down to 1 core. Then we pay 5, I think that is, and then King Curse everything. Also, the Mordred and the Cavalier die because King Curse does target your own spirits as well. So we'll go with the Cavalier or Camelot Knight and another Camelot Knight. And we just start swinging. So I'll take one. And he had a Dream Bomb, so that was GG.